Forget geography homework tonight. Petone Memorial Ground is the venue for the 2022 Trevor Rigby Cup First 11 Boys Football Final. It's top qualifier Hutt International Boys School against reigning champions Wellington College. The two teams are on the field, led out by their respective captains and in the middle of a gauntlet. The atmosphere is boisterous, the night is balmy, and we're looking forward to a blockbuster decider between Hutt International Boys School in the blue and red and Wellington College in the traditional yellow and black. Wellington College, founded in 1867, have contested this final on a dozen occasions and won 8 times. They are the reigning champions. Last year, they were down 3 times against Scots College and rallied to win 4-3 with Xander Edwards scoring a hat-trick. HIBS last won the title in 2018 at this very venue when they dethroned St Pat Silverstream by 2-0. HIBS have won the championship on 3 occasions. The first time was in 2015 when they beat Wellington College by 3-1. Dan Hicks is on the camera tonight, and with me in commentary is Brad Hudson. Brad, what a wonderful occasion this is. The northerly has dissipated, the skies are clear, the surface is emerald green, and this promises to be a cracker. Wellington College and Hutt International Boys School.
Kia ora, Adam, and good evening to all our watchers on Huddy Sports YouTube. This is going to be an absolutely cracking final. These two teams played each other last weekend at the same venue, and it was 1-1 between these two. Both booked their place into the final. It's been quite a topsy-turvy competition. Both teams pretty much coming in with similar records, almost. Wellington College, 6 wins, 3 losses and 1 draw. Hutt International, 6 wins, 1 loss and 3 draws. So a really entertaining match between these two fierce rivals. And I'm really looking forward to this one, Adam. The wind has disappeared, and it's actually warmed up slightly. There was a fresh rain. It did rain here in the Hutt Valley at about 4 o'clock, but it's now a picture perfect, a late winter's day for the great game of football.
It's the best attack against the best defence. Hutt International Boys School have conceded a miserly 9 goals in 10 games. Wellington College have scored 30 goals in 10 games. Wellington College are defending the southern end of Petone Memorial Ground in the first half. We'll introduce you to the personalities as the action unfolds, but Trevor Rigby Cup Final 2022 is underway. Hutt International Boys School and Wellington College. We're broadcasting from the pavilion side at Petone Memorial, and the first foray on goal is made by Wellington College, and a goal is scored. Nishoka has opened the scoring within 60 seconds. Pandemonium in the engagement of the celebration between players and spectators. That's a wild start. That's a comet.
What a fantastic start to the game for Wellington College. The Celtic, that's his first year in the first 11, 19 appearances, and he's just scored his 18th goal in the Wellington College colours.
A goal a match on average for the prodigiously talented first-year Wellington College striker, and HIBS absolutely gobsmacked to concede early. Can they rally? There's nothing like an early goal to ignite the excitement in a game. Most football finals about as interesting as a Royal Commission at times, but that was an explosive start by Wellington College. They ferreted urgently down the left side, found space in behind the HIBS defence and scored an early goal. And here they come again, but that's a crucial intervention by Arkenstall, and he slams it down towards the Wellington College goalkeeper, and his name is Nick Martin, and Nick Martin is in his 2nd year in the first 11, and he's made 47 appearances. He's one of the most experienced individuals in the game. Now there's a free kick for Hutt International Boys School, and this one is about 15 yards shy of the penalty area. Well, Brad, we're still recovering from that goal. That was a magnificent beginning.
We don't ever see that every day in football, and here's a perfect opportunity here for Hutt International as they take this kick, but it's been well saved by the goalkeeper, Wellington College, Nick Martin, 2nd year in the first 11, plays for the Onslow Club. 46 appearances as the goalkeeper for Wellington College, and can see why. Very experienced in the net.
The Trevor Rigby Cup final was first contested in 2001. St Pat Silverstream beat Wellington College 4-0. Hutt International Boys School first contested the decider in 2015. Wellington won the title 5 years in a row between 2004 and 2009. They're the reigning champions and beginning like it at present. These two teams have played twice this year. Hutt International Boys School won the first game by 3-1, and last Friday they played a 1-1 draw, and it was Wellington College who scored initially in that game before HIBS rallied to square the deficit. Hutt International Boys School have a goalkeeper by the name of Luca Signal. He's a very good player. Jack Evans in defence has an identical twin in jersey 11, and his name's Henry Evans. The Schalke, now he's named after a club in Germany, and certainly he was as precise as a German striker with that initial blow. A sensational goal, but here come Hutt International Boys School through Lucas Jelly. He's been in the Wellington Phoenix Academy, and he's the sports captain at Hutt International Boys School, who have a new coach this year, Brendan McIntyre. 3 championship wins now with Miramar Rangers. Very successful tenure, but Jeremy Field has taken over and done a sterling job.
Oh, he certainly has, Adam, and he's really got these young men from Hutt International Boys School going extremely well. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Lucas Jelly in the 7 jersey goes, and the captain for the side for Hutt International goes. Particularly, he's the third year of the first 15. I'm really looking forward to how he goes.
Hutt International Boys School have a contemporary all-white. His name is Ben Wayne. He played in this game in 2015, and he has a smile which could melt margarine. Ben Wayne went to the Olympic Games in Tokyo this year and scored a goal for New Zealand, who made the quarterfinals. Now, Wellington College have searing pace down the right wing flank, and they're really troubling HIBS in that part of the ground. Josh Jones and Oliver Swan are a part of their attacking cohort. Swan from Karori is in his 13th game. Wellington College doing the opposite of what they did in last year's final, where they were behind 3 times and forced to rally on each occasion they conceded. Number 3 for HIBS is Ben Winus. He's in year 12, and he's in the Ole Football Academy, which is one of the leading manufacturers of talent in the Wellington region. Good defence by Crafts, but HIBS have it back. And that's Jack Evans toiling gamefully, but unfortunately losing space to operate him. But that's better from HIBS, who are very adept at the set pieces, and this is their second free kick of the game, Brad.
And I believe your commentary box last season, Adam, was in a car right on halfway.
That's exactly right. That car didn't survive much longer after that broadcast either. Wilson, one-on-one with his opposite, sends in a left foot cross, away meekly by Wellington College. The second clearance was far more comprehensive, but HIBS have it back towards halfway. Evans has been busy thus far. He's one of their main attacking weapons. Hodson is number 11 for Wellington College, and here comes Xander Edwards. Now he's the hat-trick hero from last year, and he's in space, and he's sizzled past 2 opponents. Excellent defence though by Kowalczyk, and he's released Bingham, who whipped in a cross that just went over the left-hand upright, but that was brilliant defence by Kowalczyk, and he freed Bingham in year 12. Tell us more about young Ethan.
Ethan Bingham goes by the nickname Bingers. He's part of the Stop Out Football Club and the under-17 team that won the Youth Development League this last weekend, actually. 8 goals so far for Ethan Bingham, and you're really seeing that clear skill that's coming out there, particularly on counter-attack.
The Stop Out Football Club is about 10 minutes over the bridge from Batoni here in the lower Hutt area of Wellington, New Zealand. Stop Out founded by the great Dick Dunn, who was also a boxing trainer of some repute. This year's Hutt Valley sports legend was Bill Byrne, trained by Dick Dunn. He produced all-white footballers and quality wiremen. He used to install electricity for over 50 years, the great Dick Dunn. 1-0 was the score. The early strike by Wellington College was really an unbelievable opening to this game. And so far we've seen HIBS, Brad, they have young Evans down the right side, and he's been dangerous. But on the opposite side, Wellington College are very gifted with their speed and precision.
Oh, they certainly are, Adam, and they're really nullifying HIBS' attack at the moment, as Wellington College now have the throw-in. My football career, which was only brief, was actually at Stop Out, picking in the junior level. They started me in the midfield. I couldn't be bothered running, so I moved to back.
Wellington College have retrieved the ball close to halfway. HIBS had 4 players around one striker, though, and the goalkeeper secures it cleanly. Well, Hutt International Boys School were last in the final in 2019. They were beaten 2-0 by Scots College, but they've beaten Wellington College twice in this game when these two teams have played. Wellington College have it through Hodson. Whips it wide to Xander Edwards. He has space to move. Right foot shot. It's a bending, demanding effort parried away by Nick Martin, but that's the danger of Xander Edwards, that walloping right foot, forcing a very good save by young Signal.
On Xander Edwards, he can definitely stand up in these big games. He definitely did last year. In last year's final, 3 goals. Favourite team is Arsenal. 47 goals for Wellington College in his career. So Xander Edwards, we're seeing that there. A beautiful kick. Managed to be well stopped there by the goalkeeper, Luca.
First corner of the match for Wellington College. Dealt with by Royger for HIBS. Number 4 is Max Wilson. That's an errant kick into an increasing breeze. That's going to be a factor in the game as Jelly taps it wide for Evans. And Evans is met by Wapatini. Hutt International Boys School had it through Smith. And now it's on the left side. Here's Royger, 3rd year in the first 11. He's a real danger man. He's on the edge of the area. It's a looping shot, which trickles lamely out of bounds. But Sam Royger, he is associated with the Wellington Olympic, and he's the leading goal scorer for HIBS this year. He's put the ball in the back of the net 11 times in 9 games. He represents a serious threat, Brad.
Oh, he certainly does. You can see why his nickname is Nitro, because he has just got serious pace.
These pictures being brought to you by Huddy Sports. So when HIBS first won this title in 2015, they won this game by 3-1. And Ben Sears scored 9 goals in 11 games that year. He was a champion cricketer as well. And the goals that night for Wellington College scored by Jack Miller, Simon Batchelor and Logan Archer. Those names are entrenched in HIBS memory. So Dudley is making a surging run down the left wing side. He's at halfway. He lifts it towards Smith, but that's dealt with easily by Wellington College. Crafts with an errant pass. Lucas Jelly, 3rd year in the first 11. He's also a cricketer. HIBS won the cricket title this summer as Xander Edwards pursues a loose pass, and HIBS win the throw through Evans rather.
That was excellent work there by Jack Evans. He had Xander Edwards chasing back after him, and he managed to just hold that ground and watch the ball go over over the line. So excellent work on defence there. Third year in the first 11 for Jack Evans. And he's always been a regular starter.
Sam Royger is on the perimeter of the penalty area, who took a tumble. Good challenge by Wapatini. He's a very sturdy defender in year 13 for Wellington College, but Royger's pace is threatening and stressful for Wellington College, and on that occasion, Brad, the ball once again was caught in the breeze, but Royger managed to run it down. He almost posed a real threat as Jelly lifts it forward towards Bingham. Jelly. Kowalczyk wide. Ben Winus unable to get past his opponent. Wellington College first 11. Wellington's most successful side. They've won the Trevor Rigby Trophy 8 times. Trevor Rigby was a Rongotai College man, a very prominent football and cricket commentator, and in fact he was such a officious and respectful referee that one time he refereed a game after suffering heart surgery, and he was having palpitations at half time, but he refused to surrender the contest, so they put a stepladder in the middle of halfway so he could sit down and finish officiating the match. Trevor Rigby. Now HIBS with an ominous set piece here. Wilson's shot was timid, and it's cleared by Wilson of Wellington College. Xander Edwards, bustling speed and strength, prevailed in that contest against the smaller Stevenson, but his through ball for the dangerous striker was interfered with by HIBS, and now a free kick has been won by Max Duran. Max Duran, 47 games for the first 11, and they call him the feet of stone.
Well, you can see why, and that time there, Jelly just giving away the free kick that time, and here's an opportunity for Wellington College. Bit of a distance as it comes in, curves into the middle, but well taken there by the goalkeeper, Siegel. Excellent calm under pressure of all those Wellington College attackers there.
Wapatini has been very solid for Wellington College thus far. He prevented Royger from slipping through. There's Xander Edwards applying a shoulder again, and this time he's conceded a free kick. Lucas Jelly, he's possibly the most accomplished player in the game. He actually forfeited a place in the Wellington Phoenix Academy to represent his school. A lot of the leading players in youth football don't represent their first 11s. They play for their clubs and academies. But Lucas Jelly taking the opposite route. He grew up not far from me in Windrum Avenue. Good young lad, Lucas Jelly. That's a charging run by HIBS on the left wing. The cross comes in towards Jelly, and it's away by Wilson. There's a swirling delivery by Winus, which forces Martin to scurry across and secure the ball. Well, Brad, a huge crowd here. Dan Hicks can capture some of the crowd in front of the retirement village. Notice how all the lights are on in the retirement village too. There's no Antiques Roadshow tonight at the Bob Scott Village. They're all watching the football. And they're watching Hutt International Boys School linger ominously around the Wellington College goal. Lucas Jelly has a try, but he meets a wall of half a dozen. Here is Evans. Takes it wide. Wapatini very solid. Close header on goal by Jelly, dealt with by Martin of Wellington College.
Good effort there by Hutt International. Really starting to test the backline defence for Wellington College. Excellent work by the centre backs so far. In particular, really been impressed in particular with Thomas Stevenson for Wellington College so far. Been a real good battle as Hibs take it down this Hefland Frank of the field, and they look just outside the box as they look to curve this in. Excellent run, but it's just drifted over the line, and it's going to be the first corner of the evening, Adam Julian.
That's the pace of Sam Royger winning the corner. He took on 3 Wellington College defenders and yet still managed to prize the set piece. 18 minutes played. 1-0 is the score. Wellington College with a goal inside 30 seconds. Unfortunately, the cross was caught in the wind. That goal happened so quickly, Brad. I feel sorry for the people in the pavilion who paid $10 for that privileged view. They didn't actually get into their position in time, many of them.
They're just finishing their soy lattes as Wellington College look to press it out of their own half. Good run here by Edwards, but up to the task is Ben Winus. He boots that back downfield. Good contest in the middle of the field.
Max Duran of Wellington College is operating in midfield. Josh Jones has surrendered it meekly. Josh Jones is in his 10th game this afternoon. He supports the Arsenal Football Club. Harrison Kowalczuk is in 13 for Hibs, his 10th game for the first 11. He's the younger brother of Regan. Kowalczuk in Polish means blacksmith, so they're earnest players as Hibs have a potential predicament to deal with here. The ball was conceded at halfway and Hodson had his shot blocked by 3 desperately scrambling Hibs defenders. Evans hoists it forward for the busy Bingham to chase, and Bingham overhauls it before the line, whips across in. There was nobody there to take it for Hibs, so Wellington College have it through Hodson. 22nd game for the first 11. Royger has stolen the ball. He takes a shot which hits the back of a Wellington College defender, and then it's hoisted clear towards halfway. Edwards chests it down for Max Duran. Lucas Jelly has it in the corner. He's confronted by 4 Wellington College defenders. And concedes a yellow card, Brad.
Yes, first yellow card of the evening. We forgot to mention our officiating team here in the broadcast at the start. Our referee for today is Mark Hewitt, long-serving referee for Capital Football, and he's assisted by Aaron Clark is AR1, who's also a Central League referee, and Jonathan Rose, a second-year football referee here at Capital Football.
Halfway through the first half, Wellington College with that 30-second strike still hold the lead. Hibs haven't really threatened the Wellington College goal as yet. In fact, most of the game has been played down the right flank, and both teams are struggling to handle this inconsistent wind. At the moment it's still, but it increases in intensity and makes passing very difficult. Here comes Nishelki operating on the perimeter of the area. Xander Edwards has it. Traps the ball with the right foot. Strong shot, but it's blocked by Kowalczuk. And then a good try by Duran. The captain is caught by Martin.
Well, Duran did well there, getting the ricocheted ball from Xander's attempt. And Duran himself, he managed to try and chip that over the top of the goalkeeper, Siegel. But Siegel was up to the task. Duran, the captain today, 47 appearances, and his club is the Miramar Rangers.
And Miramar Rangers is the club of the coach, Stu Watterson. 125th game. He won the final last year in his 100th. Wellington College, 22 wins out of 25 last year. They were one of the best teams in the country, but they didn't get the chance to compete at Nationals, which hasn't happened for 2 years. The Nationals this year due to happen in Napier, and both these excellent schools will qualify. 32 teams in the national tournament. And the reigning champions are Sacred Heart College from Auckland. Trevor Rigby Cup Final 2022. Huddy Sports. And such is the fanfare for this match. There are 53 members of staff from Wellington College here tonight supporting their team. What a wonderful turnout that is. And on Friday night, their first 5 basketball team will contest the final against St. Pat's Silverstream, who won the rugby on Saturday. Ben Winus lifts it towards the clouds, and that one is out. For a corner. Well, that might be the worst pass to create a corner I've ever seen. That was a dead pigeon, that corner. Crafts is number 3 for Wellington College. Here comes Nishalke. Through to Xander Edwards. Left foot shot. Sprawling save by Signal, and it's out for a corner for Wellington College. But once again, that combination between Nishalke and Edwards causing mayhem, Brad.
Oh, Nishalke, excellent run there, and Edwards in running support. Deflected kick over the dead ball line. It's going to be a goal kick now for a corner kick for Wellington College, their first of the match. It'll be Max Duran, the captain, to fire this one into the box. Fires it through. That's flat, but it's just gone straight in the middle of the defenders. Edwards just tries to get that one, but he's been pushed out of the way. Well recycled there by Topless.
Recycled by Topless. Sounds like something after midnight. Sam Royger burst down the left wing, and Wellington College quickly interfere to stifle that moment. Jamie Topless from the Ole Academy. Very fine player. And he made a crucial involvement there to stop something that could have been rather disastrous. Now, HIBS emerged from espionage corner towards the box. We call that far corner espionage corner because we genuinely can't see what's happening down there. Number 6 for HIBS is Jamie Reid. He's from Upper Hutt, and he likes table tennis. Jamie Reid. A free kick for HIBS, 10 metres inside Wellington College territory, and that's a good ball. Lucas Jelly just unable to get on the end of it. Xander Edwards in the defensive half of the field. That's a very nice piece of skill by Hodson, but HIBS have it back through Kowalczyk. Wilson. Dunley confronted by a wall of 3 and unable to find support. So Wellington College have it now. And it's given away. Kowalczyk. Wilson, a nice touch. Here's Lucas Jelly. And the shot was wobbly like jelly there. Just couldn't control that one. But that's a good attack by HIBS.
Well, excellent attack there by HIBS. And both these teams fairly even so far, particularly targeting that midfield. And that time there, Jelly is just starting to really warm up now. As by that kick time there, it was really a melted kick. And drifted well away to the left.
Lucas Jelly of Sri Lankan extraction. He's a very talented young man. Duran, a study of composure, Wellington College's captain. Josh Jones threads it towards the dangerous Nishelki. But HIBS have dealt with that.
Jones coming. Looks like there's a substitution happening here. Luke Jones in jersey 13 for Wellington College has come on. And we'll just try and identify what player he has replaced. Just a bit hard where our position to identify the jersey numbers. Luke Jones coming onto the paddock. Midfielder. And his favourite team is Man City. 20 appearances for the first 11.
Xander Edwards, that's a delightful touch. Duran, sturdy defence by Evans. And he's won a throw for HIBS. Number 15 for HIBS is McCallum. He's hardly been involved in the game, but he's a very accomplished player. He's also a member of the Phoenix Academy. The Wellington Phoenix have a youth academy team in the Central League, and a number of youth play in that side from these schools. The Central League this year is headed by Olympic and Miramar Rangers as Nishelki breaks away from a contingent of HIBS defenders. Mesmerising turn. This is outrageous. This could be a masterpiece. The shot. Fizzled out lamely like a whoopee cushion, but that was a beautiful run, a mesmerising run there by the best player in the game so far.
Oh, just absolute magic there. It was almost like playing on the mat of Twister as Nishelki just managed to wiggle through the HIBS defenders there. Just couldn't get the final kick off. And here's a free kick here for Wellington, for Hutt International Boys School. That time there, Oliver Swan trying to plead his case, but free kick is against him. And this is a fantastic opportunity here for Hutt International Boys School. Roughly about just 8 outside the attacking box. And this is a great opportunity for Hutt International to try and get their first goal of the match. Roughly about half an hour gone in this first half.
And it's Lucas Jelly, the sports captain. Is this a postcard moment? It's a tomahawk against the Wellington wall. And then a good shot by Lamont, but it was caught calmly by Nick Martin. He's a very good goalkeeper. He's a second 11 cricketer as well. Nick Martin. Now that clearance was caught in the breeze, and Wellington are forced to hurry it over the line. It's very difficult to string passes together because of that wind. It's so topsy-turvy that it's causing havoc with the ball. Lucas Jelly for Reid of HIBS. Lucas Jelly to Royger. He hasn't been involved in the last 10 minutes. HIBS need to introduce his speed and flair and precision into the game. They're down by 1-0. Jelly is trying to engineer some attack, but Wellington are sturdy. We were talking to their coach, Stu Wallison, before the game. Last year, they were a prolific goal-scoring team, 117 goals in 25 games. This year's unit more cohesively defensive because perhaps the attacking talent not quite as formidable. But here's a chance for HIBS. Lucas Jelly just outside the 18-yard box.
These two teams also met back in round 2. 3-1 to HIBS that day out at Wellington College. Hutt International with the free kick. Earnest discussion with referee Mark Hewitt explaining his decision as the wall forms. And the free kick is taken. It's fired in, but well taken by the Wellington College defence as they look to boot this one out. Well covered up there by jersey 11, Hodgson. Known for striker, but having to come back on defence here. Wellington College not out of the woods yet. Here's Hutt International back on attack.
Dozen minutes until half-time. Wellington up by 1-0. Duran was pressured, but he managed to clear it for Nishelke. Here comes Wellington College down the left side. Duran was clobbered by Hollywell, and he's won a free kick for HIBS. So, Nakata Hollywell, New Zealand under 17 Māori representative in year 12. Jamie Reid on that far left wing. He's been lively for HIBS along with Jelly, but need more of Royger at this stage. Duran, figure of composure and organisation in midfield. Now there's an errant pass by Wellington College and almost a disaster. Almost an equaliser. McCallum went very close.
Oh, super close. Wellington College, the defence, except for that opportunity, has been solid. Confusion there. Amazing that HIBS didn't score there. Golden opportunity, but Wellington College survive.
Hollywell heads it down. Royger has stolen the ball from Topless, who then barges into Royger and concedes a free kick. Well, it appears at this stage that wind is favouring HIBS in the sense that Wellington really struggling to exit their own territory at the moment. And HIBS have won a number of free kicks against impatient Wellington defence.
That wind in particular has really picked up in intensity. It was supposed to have worn off by the time this game got underway, but it's actually built up in its ferocity as HIBS try to kick this one boxed in. Wellington College surround the middle and do very well. Hutt International bring it down this right-hand side. Excellent work so far. Kick in from Winus. Long, lanky one. Right down to the left-hand corner. Wellington College yet again up to the task. And Wellington College really, for the last 10 minutes, have been really stuck on a lot of defence lately, Adam, and it might be tiring into this wind. But if this wind continues to be a factor in the rest of this game, it could favour Wellington College in the second half.
Hollywell. Dunley. Here's Jamie Reid again. Typically a southpaw, but he provides with his right foot that time. Very gifted distributor. Jelly chests it down. Royger couldn't get a shot away. Wapatini, very solid. There's a contest on the far side, which results in a free kick for Wellington College. Well, 8 minutes left in the first half. It's still that opening strike in the 32nd mark, which separates the teams. 1-0. And Wellington College will take this free kick through Josh Jones.
Looks like Oliver Swan, jersey 8. He just had his jersey on, looking like he was ready to come back on. But not to be. He's just returned back to the benches. So looked like an impending substitution there for Wellington College, but not to be.
Sure it wasn't topless. Lucas Jelly. Smith interferes, but Wellington College have it in the HIBS penalty area. Max Duran sent it in, and then it was dispatched away. Now, Reed has it for HIBS. It's a piercing pass. It's well tracked by McCallum. But Wellington College are firm in defence. This resolute lineup has only conceded a dozen goals this year. Xander Edwards. Here's a pin back. The ball is at his feet. He's dashed by his defender. Cross goes in. Away by Arkansas. Lucas Jelly hurries it towards McCallum. It's a 1-on-4. But McCallum steadies. Drifts towards centre field with the left foot. Royger in space. Steadies. Right foot. Left foot. Right foot. Left foot. He's had a shot which has taken a deflection, and Wellington College have scrambled it away through Crofts. Here is Evans. Arkansas, he's in number 4. They call him Big Red. That was a Grand National winning horse too, so he'll go all day. Well, Arkansas. Now Wellington College have broken up the HIBS attack, and Nishelke has flown down the right side, but HIBS have dealt with that. But Nishelke again causing headaches. Evans with a beautiful pivot. Right foot tap pass for Lamont. Here is Hollywell. He's really grown in stature in the last 10 minutes. He's been prominently involved. He's up against Duran there. McCallum takes it down into the corner. Stays in the field of play. Crafts involved in defence. And Wellington College have it through Nishelke. Topless. And out it goes. So 5 minutes left in the first half. This is the Trevor Rigby Cup final. On Huddy Sports, there's 239 people watching. Feel like a member at Anfield.
Excellent work by Hollywell. He's really building into this game for Hutt International. And right honours for him as well. He's part of the New Zealand under-17 Māori side this year. There's all players for the Petone Reserves and under-17 side as well. Ball in the hands now of Ben Winus. He decides to kick it the crossfield over to Jack Evans. Chasing up forward, losing but headed ball. They just be pushed back to halfway. Excellent work here by Wellington College. Fierce defence, and they're really on top of this now, Wellington College.
And here is Nishelke. And he's won a throw in. He's only diminutive in stature, but he has explosive speed. He's the Schweinsteiger of Wellington College, this guy. College Sport Wellington finals week culminates on Friday night with the basketball decider. St Mary's College won the netball on Monday night. We were there, Brad. It was fantastic. Now the game has stopped. They're just repairing some of the pacemakers at the Bob Scott retirement. It's been a hectic first half, and we must show regard for our older spectators. All the lights are still on. Some of the nurses won't be getting the patrons to bed tonight. There's Nishalke winning a corner for Wellington College, right in front of the Wellington College Supporters Club there.
The people in Bob Scott, they're like the corporate boxes for this event tonight.
And they should be too. They've earned their grumpy. Now Xander Edwards to take this corner kick. Right on halftime. He's been fairly quiet in this final, but remember last year his hat-trick happened in the second half. The ball comes in. It's not controlled by Jones, but it's sent back in by Wilson. Down by Topless. Now here's Nishalke again. The ball is curling around and taking a deflection off HIBS and out of bounds, but it was a infringement prior to that by HIBS.
Yes, the assistant referee on the far side spotted an offside, so the flag came up very quickly. So we haven't seen too many offsides in this match so far.
The wind's blown everyone onside. Nishalke is offside there, and there's a collective sigh of relief breathed by HIBS. Ben Winus was stranded there in a one-on-one with Nishalke. Well, I had to think if Nishalke turns with the wind with his back in the second half, he'll definitely be a contender for the McEvity Shield with that sort of speed. Here is Reed. Holywell. Jamie Reed again. That's a threatening ball towards Royger. Well dealt with by Wapatini. Hibs have it through Kowalczyk. His shot takes a deflection off Greenwood. And there's a beautiful interception by Nishalke. It's a 2-on-2. Xander Edwards, 1 against 3. Nishalke retrieves the loose ball, and then he goes down. And the Wellington College supporters howl. And it is a free kick. Or a Holywell.
Well, it certainly was quite a rough tackle. Justifiable for the free kick. Assistant referee flagged that incident very, very quickly. Now, here's an opportunity for Wellington College. Xander and Nishalke are causing real havoc out there. But here's Will Greenwood with the ball now. Now, no, it's not the person that played the 2003 World Cup, but Will Greenwood. Favourite player is Stephen Gerrard. First year in the first 50. He's also part of the first 11 cricket as Greenwood curves this ball in. Edwards tries to get up. It's a low header. That time there by Luke Jones, but to no avail. So Wellington College miss out on scoring their second goal. And we're still into referee's time now. Score 1-0.
Nishalke links with Edwards again. So graceful. Look at the speed. That's a beautiful intervention, though, by Kowalczyk. But Wellington College have a chance just before the interval. Nishalke, loose pass. Kowalczyk bundled down by a frustrated Edwards. And so Hibs survived that riposte on their goal. Oliver Swan to Xander Edwards. He's been marked by two players now, such as his threat in the game. Kowalczyk wide for Reed. He hasn't had a lot of space in the last 10 minutes, but he's turned brilliantly there and supplied ominously on the edge of the area for Hibs. McCallum goes down in a strong challenge by Greenwood, and that is curtains on the first half. Well, it was Nishalke's goal after 30 seconds, which really was a Pandora's box in this game. It was a frantic opening 10 minutes, and then the wind and the two teams settled into their formations and patterns, and it's been a little bit more grim since, but it's a compelling contest. Wellington 1, Hibs 0. We'll be back with the second half very shortly on Huddy Sports.
Excuse me, what are you guys filming and commentating for?
Oh yeah, for the internet. You go to YouTube and you go to Huddy Sports on YouTube.
Thank you.
No, it wasn't your phone, no.
Yeah, we're taking donations. Yeah, it's pretty laid back. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it must be like a more.
He's having breakfast now.
Yeah, so when he goes down rugby game, so it's like
4 hours before that.
that's where he's working from, yeah. Supposedly he's working from the Netherlands. That's dominated the middle part of the game. Yeah, but the start of the game when they last sort of 10 minutes was running the college. So it'll be interesting now in the second half to try and the college going that way.
Imagine if it was that weather like we had on Saturday. It's really no, this is the only shelter here, eh?
Pretty much, yeah. It's,
The last 45 minutes of the season, pending the prospect of extra time, only if Hibs can level. A goal to Henry Nishelke in the opening 30 seconds is what separates Wellington College and Hibs. It's Wellington leading by 1-0. Hibs turn towards the Bob Scott retirement end, which is the wind. Not so demanding to navigate the wind. Can they rally in the second half? Will Wellington College celebrate consecutive titles for the first time since 2013? Hibs somewhat tentative on attack in the first half. They need to employ more involvement from Royger and perhaps be more direct on goal. What do Wellington College need to do, Brad, to preserve their lead?
Just really keep shoring up their defence. There was only exposed one briefly there in about within the first 30 minutes. Defensively, Wellington College have been solid. I agree with you on Hutt International. They just need to show a bit more aggression on attack, particularly in the second half. They did dominate the middle period of the first half, Hutt International, but Wellington College really, within that last sort of 10 minutes of the first half, looked like the most likely team to score. But Hutt International never write them off, and I think actually we might see them attack a bit harder in this second spell.
Well, the danger for Hibs, if they are too attacking, they leave themselves vulnerable to attacks from Edwards and Nishelke. Edwards was relatively restrained in the first half an hour, but in the last quarter of the first half he was very dynamic, and you'd expect that from a player who scored 47 times in 35 games. Sam Royger, third year in the Hibs first 11, hasn't had many opportunities to showcase his class. Thomas Stevenson is a Liverpool supporter. Bill Shankly, their great manager, once said, "The only thing that matters in life is football." How correct he was. Luke Jones will take this throw-in for Wellington College. In fact, it's a Hibs throw. Royger surrounded by three. That's brilliant defending by Wellington College. And a free kick is conceded by Oliver Swan. Now, we're not allowed to criticise Oliver Swan. His mother is standing next to us. He's an outstanding young man, Oliver Swan, year 13. He desires to study engineering, which means he's going to make a lot more money than the commentators, Brad.
Oh, he certainly will. Oliver Swan, good goals, one goal this season, 13 appearances, plays out of their Karori club. The kick this time through topless just manages to roll down into Siegel. So that time there, not so successful for Wellington College, but Hutt International looking to run it out down on this far wing.
Nakata Holywell, he's essentially a defensive player, but he looked to thrust forward in that first half, and he did cause Wellington College some problems with his energetic running game. Xander Edwards, the subject of headaches, has conceded a rare free kick this time. Lucas Jelly, Arkansas, single, leaves his penalty area, and that's a long ball towards a wall of four Wellington College defenders. That's impatient by Hibs. Their coach will be irritated with that attack. Now they might have a possibility of something more promising. Royger is in the middle, but he's guarded by three. Wellington College playing noticeably deeper at the start of the second half. Have they parked the bus? There's no player from Wellington College on the Hibs side of halfway except for the urgently chasing Swan. Arkansas, Royger, hassled by Duran. So he retreats and tries to smash it past Jones. Swan has it at halfway. Here is Nasaki again. He's broken free down the right wing side, and Hibs taking no chances with him Winus happily surrenders the throw in.
Hey guys, we can't get the camera. Can you move out of the way, please? Thank you.
Brad Hudson just telling his fan club to sit down so you can see these pictures. Well, we saw Vuvuzelas on our way in today. We saw banners, and now we've seen your fan club, Brad.
Well, it's always an honour to have the Huddy Sports fan club. They do listen when I tell them to get out of the way, but Wellington College here, right to the thing. Here goes Edwards, looks to kick it in, but HIBS managed to clear it out. Hasn't found the line. Now it has quick throw in by Wellington College. Edwards tries to tip it over the top. Good defending by Hutt International. Excellent work. Wellington College really squeezing Hutt inside their own half. Oh, good charging run that time there by Luke Jones, who crumbles to the field, and he opens up Hutt International Boys School. The kick is Aaron, but taking back up. Hutt have the ball.
Royger calmly keeps it despite the pressure of Wilson. McCallum toppled by Edwards, an excellent tackle. Swan provides wide for his left wing, and then Topless drives it forward towards the HIBS penalty area. It's dispatched back down towards halfway and out of bounds by HIBS. Well, last year's final featured 7 goals. It was the highest scoring Trevor Rigby Cup final ever. Biggest margin between two sides was 4-0 in the very first final, Silverstream over Wellington College in 2000. Here's Xander Edwards. That's a majestic pass. A chance for Wellington College. The shot just over the top. There was an offside flag as well, but that's Xander Edwards looming ominously again.
Oh, he certainly is, and Wellington College continue off where they ended the first half. Of good attacking flair, really tugging down that left-hand side. There's really an opening there in the Hutt International Boys defence that they're really targeting. But Xander Edwards and also Shalka, these guys are just playing absolute menacing football, and HIBS haven't really found answers to them yet.
The head of Swan sends it back into HIBS territory. Jelly sprays it wide, and that's a beautiful interception by Stevenson. He's harassed and ultimately concedes the ball to Kowalczyk.
Yellow card given there to Thomas Stevenson, trying to plead his case, but referee Hewitt not having a bar of it, so yellow card. That's about the third yellow card of the game. 2 to Wellington College so far, 1 to HIBS.
Dunley chips it forward towards McKelman. Here is Kowalczyk. That's a thumping tackle by Stevenson, and he wins the throw in for Wellington College. That's excellent defending by Stevenson. He's played every game this year, first year in the first 11. Wellington College lost 14 players from their championship winning roster last year. They weren't hopeful of making the final, but they scored more goals with their positive attacking intent than any other team in the competition, and they have to defend sternly here now as HIBS threaten to venture into the area, but Wellington have it calmly handled. HIBS are definitely pressing forward, more noticeably in the second half. Wellington again with nobody inside HIBS half. This is going to be a stubborn and patient and robust wall for HIBS to break down. We've had almost 10 minutes in the second half. It's a very subdued HIBS supporters contingent at the moment. They've been in this game 5 times for 3 wins. That's a beautiful catch by Nick Martin. Low to the ground. He's read Ross Taylor's autobiography with hands like that. Nick Martin with a skyscraper to halfway and beyond. Xander Edwards, look at the speed. Can he keep it in? He needs support. Remarkably, he has won the throw for Wellington College. Well, with effort like that, he should get bonus NCA credits, Brad.
Well, they already have them. Thanks to the government. And here's Xander Edwards with the ball. Looks to take it down to that corner again. And this is excellent work here by Wellington College. Still going. Here comes the cross kick in, but well defended that time there by Cody Arkenstall. So Hutt International coming up trups there.
This is a corner for Wellington College. Hopefully a goal won't be interrupted by the back of someone's head. HIBS deal with it calmly, but Edwards sends it in a second time, and it takes a deflection off HIBS for another corner. Championship moments here. Can Wellington College double the lead? Number 12 is taking the corner. That's Will Greenwood. Wellington have 7 in the box. HIBS haven't dealt with it. And now it's scrambled away by McCalman. Topless. Max Wilson, the tallest player in the team. Here is Swan. Threads a beautiful pass for Edwards, who turns and shoots into Arkenstall. And he slams it back towards halfway. Wapatini, he's been very solid for Wellington this evening. HIBS throw near halfway.
Wapatini had that attempt on goal just before at the top after the corner kick. And it just didn't have that direction to go in the net, but real attacking flair. Good charging run here by Stevenson and takes it down this right-hand flank. Slide cap will come in, and it's going to be a free kick. And Wellington College have the ball.
Jamie Reid with a well-timed slide tackle. He did concede a free kick, but it was an essential intervention as Wellington College threatened to break down the right side again. The wind in the second half hasn't been that strong so far. It is a swirling breeze. Arkenstall only clears at 20 metres. Lucas Jalley with a hopeful lift towards halfway. Crafts of Wellington College. That was a delightful touch. He's pivoting against his opposite, and he just got himself in a tangle. So HIBS have it back. And near halfway. HIBS showing more composure and patience with the ball in the second half. They didn't really play possession-orientated football in the first half. A lot of breaks down the flanks and long balls into the area. But there's been a change in strategy there too. Arkenstall lost the ball to Greenwood. He's played a stirring second half, has Greenwood. Here's Nishelke. Hasn't broken free yet in the second spell. He's confronted by 2 HIBS defenders and wins a free kick right in front of the Hibs corporate box. He'll be causing them migraines up there, will Nishelki. Max Wilson. Thomas Stevenson. Jelly hustling hard against Topless, but Martin has it for Hibs. Here is a breakout by McCalman, but excellent defending again by Wapatini. He's got a real presence, doesn't he, Brad? He's a big, robust lad. Times his tackles well and real leadership too. He's barking like a greyhound out there.
Oh, he certainly is. Here's Waipatini. Also plays for the Senior A futsal and the first 11 cricket. Real good presence about him, really solid on defence, and we've seen that he can also offer some real attacking flair as well. Hutt International looking to curve around down in this corner area of the field closest to the Bob Retirement Village. Good block out there by Nick Martin. Manages to fend it out. A high kick up there by Kowalczyk. And they managed to recycle it back past halfway to Wellington College. Here comes the kick. Mighty one trying to find that time there Jelly, but no avail. With the hands of Luke Jones, looks to survey his options. Kicks it through midfield. That's a very clever kick. Charging forward through Jamie Topless. Finds Oliver Swan. Swan looks to curve it through, but can't find Edwards that time. And so Hibs managed to keep control of the ball.
Lucas Jelly has been tightly guarded. He hasn't been able to engineer his typical magnificence. Here's Royger. Controls the ball calmly, seeking support, but he concedes it in a hurry to Stevenson. He's been colossal in the second half. Stevenson. Here comes Nishelki. Arkenstall, anxious. Provides rather nervously for Siegel, who dispatches it to halfway, and it works out for Hibs. But Stevenson intervenes again. It's like the Tower of Babel, this guy. Stevenson's throw directed towards Oliver Swan. And he was hassled into an errant pass. So Hibs have a throw in on halfway. We've had 17 minutes of the second half. Still no change to the score. 1-0 Wellington College lead. Nishelki's goal happened an hour ago. And really, since then, both teams haven't looked that likely of scoring. Both excellent defensive combinations, and Wellington have been noticeably deeper in the second half. But Nishelki has it here. That's a well-timed tackle by Arkenstall. But here is Xander Edwards. Look at the way he rotates those hips like Elvis Presley. But he's gone down after that run. And this could be a moment in the game, folks. Xander Edwards stretching, grimacing. Can he survive? That would be a real blow if he were to depart. He sprung back to his feet and hobbled back into position. Xander Edwards run him over with a tractor and he wouldn't go off. Sam Royger can't get around Stevenson again. Royger goes down in the challenge of Topless. Space for Jelly on the right side. But Will Greenwood has it covered for Wellington College. Hibs have won it back. They've hardly had a handful of shots on goal in this game. Kowalczyk. Guarded by Smith. That's brilliant defending by Smith, hurrying his opponent backwards. Reed. He was prominent on the left side in the first half. It's operating more in midfield now as Hibs look to increase the speed and attacking variety in that centre part of the ground. Sam Royger, 25 yards out from goal. That's a pass wide for McKelman to retrieve. He's marked tightly by Greenwood, but McKelman slithers away and then takes a panic shot. Luke Jones supporting on defence alongside the magnificent Stevenson. Brad Hudson, 25 minutes left in the season, potentially.
Potential 25 minutes left in this season. And sort of has continued on, sort of what most of the first half has been. Both teams still trying to figure out each other, getting around to crack their midfield defence. One noticeable thing is that Hibs have actually tried to push forward a lot more. The Wellington College defence is really knuckling down on those both sides of the wing. An error there that time from the restart from Wellington College as the player that time there, Carrot Crafts, couldn't quite get the ball before it went into touch, ironically just in front of the Hutt International supporters. There's a substitution for Wellington College. Max Duran coming back onto the field, so must have been just a quick Gatorade drinks break.
Luke Jones making a pain of himself again. Here's Nishelke, 1-on-3. Unable to engineer a threat on that occasion. Jamie Reid has conceded the throw to Stevenson. Topless, that's a lovely ball directed towards Greenwood, and Hibs goalkeeper Siegel deals with it calmly. Jamie Reid burst to halfway, and that's an inaccurate pass. Well dealt with by Topless, who's been doing some industrious defending in the second half. Wellington have really changed their tactics. They were a lot more vibrant in the first half, but they're just slowly grinding down this Hibs attack, which is not threatening at all, and they've conceded yet another free kick.
Another free kick, this time for Wellington College. Just probably a little bit of frustration starting to keep into this Hutt International team, just trying to get around this Wellington College defence, which has really been quite up front and menacing. Perfectly lined up free kick here. It's quite a bit distance out, and the referee's actually stopped proceedings. It looks like he's reaching into his pocket. He's giving another yellow card. Yellow card to one of the Wellington College players that time, so it's been some sort of back chat or something like that. So, but a bit of opportunity here for Wellington College. Let's see what they can do. It's an almighty kick. We're just encroaching over halfway. Big, long, lining strike lining up for this one. It comes into the box. The Hibs defenders there do well to tidy it up, and they look to kick it out, but Wellington College box kick it in, chasing after it, but that time there, Lucas Siegel doing extremely well.
Jamie Reid showcased his speed, but look at that tenacious Wellington College defence. Luke Jones, Royger has it, loose pass, Topless away, inside Hibs half. Now here's danger. Nishelke has it, but Hibs are alert to his danger. McKelman made the tackle. Xander Edwards resurfaced with the ball for Wellington College, and now Hibs have it close to halfway, but they had no one inside the Wellington College third, and just lamely surrendered possession. Here's Nishelke again. He gave it away that time to Jelly. Sam Royger, he's the speed merchant in the HIBS side. He's been suffocated tonight. McKelman is further forward. Here's Jones. That's great defending by Luke Jones, and he's unlucky to concede a free kick there. But it's a good position for HIBS, about 35 yards out from goal. They have 20 minutes to save their season. Last Wednesday night, the girls' final was here. Hutt Valley High School won. They beat Wellington East on penalties by 3-2. Alicia Elkington was playing attacking midfield for the whole game, and then she was told, "You're the goalkeeper," and she saved 3 shots. Look at that catch by Nick Martin. They call that a specky in Australia. He soared high above the pack and caught it cleanly in 2 hands. Again, HIBS not really looking to construct anything. It's just hit and hope at this stage. They're far better than that. But their attacking industry is broken down tonight in the presence of this very determined and patient Wellington defence. Here's Sam Royger, just inside Wellington's half. Look how tightly the HIBS players have been marked. But McKelman has managed to break free. And here's a chance for HIBS. It's Henry Evans. And Evans has scored. A penalty attempt for HIBS. Well, Brad, take us through that one.
Well, it was the heel of Jack Evans that looked like that clipped down. That time there, Henry Evans. Wellington College thought they'd done well on defence, but referee Griff Hewitt has said no. And a penalty attempt here now for Royger. Okay, pretty quiet so far. Here we go.
I think I had my head in the ground like the defender there. Sam Royger against Nick Martin. The door is ajar for HIBS. Can Sam Royger convert? Nick Martin. Not exactly Bruce Grobbelaar with his distraction. Royger steps forward and belts it in. 17 minutes left to play. 1-1. And the breakthrough. It arrives for HIBS, and it arrives through their marquee striker, Royger.
Well, what will that do to the confidence of Hutt International now? They get hugs from their supporters right on halfway. Royger scores the first goal for Hutt International this evening. 12 goals in this season. Here's their dynamic weapon. Plays his football out at Wellington Olympic. And that's just the motivation that Hutt International needed. How will Wellington College respond? 17 odd minutes to go. That is going to be the question.
Well, they have to be more audacious. Now Wellington College, they effectively parked the bus for the last 15 minutes. They were doing so well in terms of their defence, but one blemish, one referee's call, and Sam Royger has levelled the final. And the momentum has swung in favour of HIBS. Their crowd is suddenly bustling with noise again. And we have a yellow card conceded by Luke Jones of Wellington College. Sam Royger surrounded by 4 Wellington College defenders. Number 11 for HIBS is Henry Evans. There's Royger again. Suddenly he's more effervescent and present. He really has had a rather quiet night until that penalty. Here is Luke Jones scrapping hard. and winning a free kick. That's a relief for Wellington College as Henry Evans concedes it. A quarter of an hour left. 1-1 in the final. Arkenstall heads it down. A shot by the captain. Duran was only narrowly wide. The last time the final went to penalties was in 2013. It was Wellington College and St Pat Silverstream, and Wellington College won 3-0 on penalties. The Catholics obviously didn't take the penalty kicks with their left foot. Listen to those vuvuzelas. It's like jumping into a time machine. Duran, who had that close shot a minute ago. Nishelke's been well marked in the second half. But Brad, obviously, Hibs have had more of the ball. Wellington a more defensive approach. But how do they reignite Nishelke? And does he have anything left in the tank?
Well, that would be the big question. He had a dynamic first half. Although Xander Edwards went down with that leg issue before. And I think that might have hampered that particular area as well. And so Nishelke hasn't got that freedom. And look at this here. Wellington College now just giving away a few too many free kicks. Discipline's starting to be a bit of a problem in their defensive action, which for most of this final has been pretty solid. Now here's another free kick here for Hutt International. They decide to take it quickly into the box. It's quite flat like a dead pigeon. And they look to try and boot it back down there. Chip over the top. And they hands there with Lamont. Chasing back is Hutt International towards halfway down onto this grandstand touchline here at Petone Memorial. Markowin with the ball. Fires it back up to Henry Evans. That was a good calm play here by Hutt International. They've really got some good calm and ease back into their attack that they were missing in the first half.
They played a more possession-orientated game, and the wind has definitely dissipated in strength. But that's a potential breakdown as Nishelke hustles hard. And now Luke Jones has it at halfway. Topless, that's a wide ball left for Nishelke. Excellent defence by Dunley of Hibs. There's a baker's dozen minutes left in regulation time. Wellington College and Hibs locked up at 1-1. That was the score when they met on Friday. So these two teams are approaching nearly 180 minutes of football, and they can't be separated. What a treat on a Wednesday night. Wellington College have it in the area. The anxiety in the Hibs defence rises, but they deal with it calmly. Here is Tim Jones. He's bundled off the ball by vibrant, aggressive Hibs play. And here comes McCalman. And that's a courageous intervention by Stevenson, who almost lost his right leg, trying to diffuse that danger for Wellington College. Cramp has set in. Sweat cascading down the cheeks of these courageous young men. Lucas Jelly has it on the perimeter of the byline. He's an imposing presence. McCalman's shot. He tried to write a headline. He failed miserably there. But 12 minutes left. And Wellington College, they look knackered. Can they summon the energy here?
Well, it's going to be the big question. Looks like there's a big substitution happening up here as well. Jersey 14. LeBron Smith is waiting on halfway. This is impending changes. Stevenson has gone down with that leg. I think he actually hyperextended it when he went onto that tackle, and he's not looking really too good. I think he actually, not so much cramp, I think he's just hyperextended it at him. But LeBron Smith onto the field. Paul Milken mainly plays fullback, probably coming into that centre-back position.
Stevenson has hobbled off. He's been a tower of strength for Wellington College in defence. That's a real pity that his game ends temporarily. And if it does go deep to penalties, he might have to take one with his left foot. Thomas Stevenson. Outstanding match for Wellington College this evening. Wellington College have 11 players behind the ball. Xander Edwards, that's a lethargic chase. Arkansas, tall and proud, launches it forward towards McCalman. It's away by Smith, but only as far as Jelly. His presence is growing, and he's toppled by Jones. And a yellow card is imminent for Wellington College.
It's now about 5 yellow cards in the game against Wellington College, most of them coming in the second half. So fatigue and discipline really costing them here. A free kick for Hutt International. Roughly about 12 metres in front of the box, centre field. Look for this to fire it at him. This is going to be the leader here.
It's a thunderbolt that rattles the post, that leaves a bruise on the post. That was a mighty strike. The goal still shaking. Hutt International Boys School, rampant at the moment. Wellington College are swinging by a gallows pole here. Duran can't find his feet despite the fight. Xander Edwards loses it. Look at Arkansas, he flies in like a kamikaze. Luke Jones on a yellow card. Here's McCalman. Kowacek. Sam Royger. A moment where the crossbar is rattled again. And Henry Evans takes an air swing. Hutt International Boys School a nostril hair away from taking the lead. McCalman. Burst passes opposite. Wellington had a handful of defenders back. Here's Henry Evans. Good defence by Edwards. Just bought Wellington College more time. They might need to replace those posts shortly. They're taking a battering. Eight minutes left. 1-1 is the score. Hibs have hit the timber twice in the last 2 minutes. Crafts ushers it out. Royger unable to break free. Now here is Topless. That's a ball to halfway, which was meek and mild. Arkansas has it. Jamie Reid. Look at the searing pace of Evans. He's come alive. That's hesitant by Wellington College. And Evans has it. Lucas Jelly. Enveloped inside a yellow submarine. The ball ricochets around like a ping pong. And it's away by Smith of Wellington College. And then Arkansas takes an air swing and a tumble. Nishalke flying after it. He's as quick as the breeze. But Arkansas got back just in the nick of time to tow it to the keeper. Well, this game has amplified in intensity and desperation. It was a rather sleepy opening 25 minutes of the second half and Toy Royger's penalty. Wellington College with it. Through Smith. And that is hopeful. And well caught by Siegel. 6 minutes left.
And the casualty ward for Wellington College is mounting. One of the players in the background there is really limping badly for Wellington College. I think that might actually well be Narkinshaw. We'll find that very soon. But Wellington College, with a rare opportunity on attack, look to fire this through off the head of Edwards. Edwards manages to get the retreating ball, looks for a strike, but takes his own teammate out in the process.
Xander Edwards has clattered the ball into the back of Luke Jones, and HIBS will have a goal kick. And HIBS, who have been making all the attack, now have an interesting decision here. Do they continue to rumble forward, or do they play a little bit more cautiously to try and protect the ground that they've recovered? Goal kick. Lucas Siegel, Hutt International Boys School. That one at halfway. Xander Edwards, the hero of last year's final. That's a majestic turn. Chested down by Duran. And that shot is headed towards the Wainuiomata motorway. 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go, and this is really the championship 5 minutes here. 1-1 is the score. Wellington College just starting to sniff and have a bit of attacking opportunity, but it'll be interesting to see how long they can hang on to that full-time whistle. Or will Hutt International manage to get past this ailing defence of Wellington College?
Ailing defence, that is an apt adjective. Wellington are fighting with every fibre of their being here. They're hanging on grimly, but now Xander Edwards has it. A vicious strike, and Edwards has hit the woodwork. That's 3 times the ball's ricocheted off the pine. And Xander Edwards, that was a shot from the stars. Unreal. We have a replay directly in front of us as McCalman breaks free for HIBS. Wellington College have 3 back. McCalman's second half has been inspired. He was like Casper in the first half. He's a player with a big reputation. Phoenix Academy. Arkansas. It's launched forward by Evans. McCalman has breezed past his opponent effortlessly. A magnificent run. Left foot cross. Jelly has missed an opportunity to seal the championship. That was a blade of grass wide. The lights are off in the retirement village. They can't handle it anymore. The ball has hit the pine 3 times in the last 10 minutes. And now Lucas Jelly has killed a butterfly with that shot. He should have scored. He would have scored under normal circumstances, but Brad Hudson, sanity has left the building.
Oh, it certainly has. And McCalman, he just cut them open, and Jelly just nearly managed to squeeze that one through. Definitely could have been the winner there. Here goes Nick Martin kicking out from the goal box, and HIBS managed to recycle this over the halfway.
And those spectators on the fence, they're not safe. Get down. There could be more carnage before this one enters the next chapter, which will be dreaded penalties. Smith of Wellington College surrendered it meekly, but Duran has it. That's a nice pass, but HIBS anticipated well. Arkansas, Big Red. He's played a sturdy second half. Look at that rambunctious Wellington College crowd over there, trying to rally their heroes to a meritorious win. The ball is launched towards the penalty area, and it's out for a corner. Do Wellington College have an Aguero? It's actually a throw, and that's espionage corner down there. We're not allowed to tell you what exactly goes on without hesitation and inquiry. 30 seconds left in regulation time and then referee's time. It might be 4 minutes because Wellington had a couple of injuries late in that first half. Here is LeBron Smith. Xander Edwards. Marked tightly by Jelly. Josh Jones. He's an unlikely candidate to overhaul that one. And it's a goal kick for HIBS, but at least Wellington College are down the right end of the field, Brad.
Well, they certainly are, Adam. For most of the second half, they haven't been down here. And after HIBS having that good momentum change and getting that penalty goal, Wellington College now enjoying a rare time off the ball. Let's look for Xander Edwards here as a free kick has been given away. Xander Edwards could be quite crucial here. Remember last year, he scored the winner right when only a few seconds were remaining. So let's see what could happen here.
Daniel McKelman, Lucas Jelly. That's a nice pass for Lamont. And that's broken up by Josh Jones, the diminutive Josh Jones. Here's Lucas Jelly wobbling through. Tight defence. And a shot along the ground by Lamont is secured by Martin. The official scoreboard clock is showing that time is up. We await the call from the referee for extra time. Smith has sent that one towards Karori. McKelman, guarded by Smith, releases DeMont and he's offside. And that is a collective sigh of relief for Wellington College. Harry Lamont, he's a Batoni player. He's heavily injured during the season, but he's back and producing a sprightly display here. A push in the back against Sam Royger. So Wellington College have it 20 metres short of halfway. Smith, he scored twice in 20 games. That's a lethargic thump towards the HIBS in-goal area. And not even the Shelkie, not even Usain Bolt could catch that one. There are 394 people watching. That is double the audience of the first half. And it's any wonder they must have heard the woodwork rattle and tune into Huddy Sports. What a treat it is to be here. College Sport Wellington involved with this broadcast too. Both teams absolutely spent. Is there one more moment of brilliance? Is there perhaps an unfortunate error? Look at Sam Royger. He's come through like a comet. He has 3 Wellington College players around him and it's cleared. The full-time whistle has sounded. Regulation time is over. 1-1. Wellington College and HIBS is deadlocked. A stunning stalemate on a Wednesday night. Brad Hudson.
Well, got a message from a Wellington College old boy who's watching the game on our live stream. He said, tell the referee he can only have extra time if it's hailing. Ollie Mickey, who refereed a Colts game last year in some of the most atrocious weathers, he's calling himself an expert in extra time. Unfortunately, Ollie, it's not quite rugby union, it's football, and we're going to play some penalties. Often the most cruelest way to end a game is the penalty shootout. Adds to the more added drama and excitement. But let's see who's going to get the first kick.
Well, and tellingly, Thomas Stevenson hobbled off with injury, so perhaps his prospects of taking a penalty of bleak. Xander Edwards looked absolutely spent at the end of the second half. Nishelke will surely take a penalty for Wellington College. We had 400 people watching. My goodness, I might get a pay rise after this. So the last time the final went to penalties was in 2013, and Wellington College won 3-0 against St Pat's Silverstream. A penalty shootout to decide the match, and here come the two captains, Lucas Jelly and Max Duran, and at this coin toss they will determine what way the penalties go and also who takes the first shot. So the penalties, it appears, will be taken facing the Bob Scott Retirement Village end, and that's appropriate, really. Should let the oldies see the ultimate outcome.
Well, they've paid enough money to be here to watch this thrilling final here. There's even a few players trying to run onto the field. No one's won the game yet, so we're just going to wait and see.
And look at this. There's a stampede towards the goal where the penalties will be taken. As if these kids need any more pressure. The kids are on the field at the moment. They really ought to be removed to behind that fencing. And they're jumping the fence now to try and find a most favourable vantage point. And some of them are even trying to climb the fence. Look at these scenes. You'd think Ed Sheeran was here.
People in the retirement village are listening to some Louis Armstrong to calm their nerves.
So, let's get down to business. Wellington College will take the first shot. And it's the initial goal scorer, Henry Nishelke. He scored after 30 seconds, and Wellington College preserved that advantage for 71 minutes. We have police officers on the field. Henry Nishelke against Lucas Eagle. Nishelke hurries forward and drives it low and hard into the left corner of the net. Advantage Wellington College. And Henry Nishelke, 18 goals in 20 games this season, maintains his composure, maintains his accuracy, and puts Wellington in the lead. Now, the other talismanic striker in the game, Samuel Royger, Wellington Olympic Club. He scored the equaliser from the penalty in the 72nd minute. He's the leading goal scorer for HIBS this year with 11 goals in just 9 games. Nick Martin, acrobatically leaping. Sam Royger, a hesitant run-up, a composed finish. Martin on his backside right, Royger down the middle. HIBS 1, Wellington College 1. All the spectators are on the field as Xander Edwards steps forward to take shot number 2 for Wellington College. He was well contained throughout the 90 minutes, hardly had a shot on goal. He scored a hat-trick last year. Xander Edwards presents a bubbly disposition. He scurries forward and he hoists it to the left side of the keeper. And Wellington lead by 2-1. Number 10 for HIBS is Harry Lamont. He spent most of the season injured. What a moment for the young man to step forward in a final. Lamont is denied by Nick Martin. Martin went low. Martin went left. Martin went hero mode. The first stop of the final is made by Nick Martin. Lamont is denied. Josh Jones is number 7 for Wellington College. What can Seagull produce? Josh Jones on his way. That is a peach of a finish. And if HIBS fail to score right here, Wellington College will win the title. But here comes Lucas Jelly, the sports captain. The third year, first 11 player. Phoenix Academy, first 11 cricketer. He's the definition of the boy you put on a postcard to promote a school. But he needs a moment here for HIBS. Nick Martin bouncing fervently. Lucas Jelly shows his class, and it's 3-2. Duran is the captain. The whistle sounds. The captain approaches the ball. And he calmly deposits it into the right side of the net. It's 4-2. He almost removes his shirt. It's not time for that yet. HIBS have one more chance to extend this penalty shootout. Remember the rules, folks. First to 5 with a 1 advantage. At the moment, Wellington lead 4-2. McCalman against Martin. It's a save by Martin! Wellington College, back-to-back champions! A black and gold invasion. It's Batoni on a Wednesday night. They scored early. They were spent. They were gone. They somehow scrambled their way to penalties. And they have been faultless in the shootout to capture their 13th Trevor Rigby Cup title. 4-2. Wellington College win the final on penalties.
Oh, what a stunning finish. That whole second half, HIBS dominated, and Wellington College hung on. They didn't have anything left, and they hung on until that full-time whistle, and it came to the penalties, and their stars stepped up, and in particular their goalkeeper, Nick Martin, who's had a stellar goal performance inside the net, and he stepped up there on 2 big saves, and he has got his team home, and they have back-to-back champions. Adam Julian, they did it the hard way this year, but Hutt International, they can be proud of their season. They really fought back into that final, but there has to be a winner, and unfortunately it was done by penalties, and Wellington College have a title.
And look at Nick Martin on top of that triumphant scene there. He's like Mick Jagger right now, and so he should be. Wellington College have won the final. 2 denials by Martin, 4 penalties, and they have a success in Batoni tonight. Wellington College, Trevor Rigby Cup champions 2022. On behalf of our cameraman Dan, Brad Hudson, I'm Adam Julian saying fond farewell from Batoni Memorial.
Well done. Wasn't it? Very good game, everybody. Yeah, not ours. No. We're just the commentators.
Very good.
Thank you.
Probably better in the end. We were outside for that too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have quite been the same. No. So fate has played its part there.
Cutting.